Hi everybody and welcome to this new lesson. In this lesson we will do a custom integration between QRadar and one of the security devices which is a FortiGate firewall. The purpose behind this integration actually is that, guys, the incident response is crucial in SOC environment. Because you may have like a limited head count of analysts and SOC staff in your organization, and you are not able to cover 24/7. Maybe they are working like in a pattern of 8 times 5, 8 hours, 5 days a week, and over the weekend they are just receiving SMS or something like this. Still, there are some gaps that you need to cover, and here the QRadar actually allows you to develop some custom actions where you can make some automated response through your security devices. Actually, here in this lesson we will try to develop a custom action or to define a custom action where we will instruct our FortiGate firewall to block some IP. So basically, guys, this is the lab I have here for this lesson. It's very simple. We have here the FortiGate firewall. It has 2 ports. The internal port is connected to the subnet 192.168.5.0. Actually, this is the IP of the FortiGate firewall. It's the gateway for this PC. This is the PC which is actually connected to the internet through this FortiGate firewall, and we have here the QRadar is connected to the FortiGate firewall through some switch, and both of them has internet access. So actually the Windows 10 PC, the only gateway for it is the FortiGate firewall, and we have already some internet access rule configured to allow this PC to connect to the internet. So the lab simply will be that we have an offense that checks for some test or for this Windows logs coming from the Windows 10 PC, and when the offense is fired, actually it will execute a custom script on the FortiGate firewall to block the IP of this PC. So we will see at the beginning that the Windows 10 PC has internet access, and when the event is triggered, it will be blocked from internet access. So now I'm accessing this PC 5.10. So if you check here, the PC has no currently has internet access. Okay, and now we will actually check together the steps to develop the custom action. So actually, from the admin tab, you can come here and define an action. So defining an action is very simple. You just give a name like block IP address or block IP from internet. Okay, and here you select the type of your script, bash or Perl or Python. Okay, I will use a batch script, and then upload the script here, and then select the script parameters. So here you put the parameter name, and you have 2 options: either to give a fixed value or to select from the event property that you have when the script or the offense has been triggered. Okay, so I will come to this after we develop the script. Okay, because I need here to upload the script file. Okay, so let's take it step by step. First thing that we need actually to create some rule on the FortiGate firewall. So here is the internet access given already from port 2 to port 1. So if you check here, port 2 to port 1 is given an internet access. So it's from all source to all destination for all services. It's very permissive rule, and actually we need to create a new rule to block certain IPs, block sources from internet. Okay, the incoming interface is port 2 and the outgoing is port 1, and the source is all, while the destination, actually we will create a group for blocking the IPs. So here I have a group already created called the block IP group. I will use this one, and actually it doesn't have any entries, so you can see 0 inside. Okay, and the service will be all. So whoever been added to this group, we will actually deny him from internet access, and that's it. Okay, so this actually with that order, it will be useless. We have to move it here actually, so it's being executed before this one. So whenever there is a match for an IP inside this group, this IP will be denied from internet access, and this one will not be executed. Okay, so now the firewall configuration is ready. All we need now is to add to run some script to add the IP to this group. So now we need to prepare for the integration by creating a couple of things. We need first to create an API token. So from the system, we need to go to the admin profiles and create a profile that is able to actually make read and write on the FortiGate. So I named it QRadar profile, and I'm granting it all the privileges, as you can see. That's it. And then we create an API token. So REST API admin, select the second option, and we call it QRadar. And the administration profile is the one we just created. No need for the extra layer of authentication like certificates, and that's all. This is the token. I will just save it here for using in the API call. And then now we can go to the address objects. We need actually to create an address object correspond to this one. So basically we will use the name and the value the same as the IP address, because actually we will extract the IP address from the logs and use it as a name. So we need to make sure the name is the same as the IP. So here create a new address, and actually we put 192.168.5.10 this one as the name, and also we will put it as the IP address /32. Okay, so now we created the address object. The remaining thing now is to add this IP inside the group. So actually to get the API call, we can utilize the developer tools inside the Chrome. So this browser is the Google Chrome. So I open the inspect tool, and actually here you will have the elements, the console, source, network. So before triggering them, let's first add the object, okay, that we just created. Okay, and before we press OK, we will actually trigger the developer tools and the network, and then press OK, and then stop the capture. So actually you can see here, this is the call done for our group, block IP group. So we can take this, guys, and put it here, and you will see in the payload, actually this is the member. This one, we need this one here. This one we need as well. So actually under the member we will put this name IP address object. Okay, so we need to add the /member. Okay, and the name object, or the address object. No need for this double quotes. Okay, so now we are ready. We don't need actually to save things. So we actually will remove the object again. So removing it. So now the group is empty. So this is all the piece of information that we need to make the API call. Actually, this is the script, guys, that you need to do. Okay, so it's just curl call we can do from the Linux environment of the QRadar, because QRadar is running Linux, so it can actually execute some bash script. Okay, so this is a bash script that I can load into QRadar, and it can execute it. So curl location request post the URL, so we will put here the URL. Okay, and then the authorization bearer is the API key, this one, and then the form name is $1 means the argument that you pass to the script. Okay, so the script itself will be called like this. It's the script name. If it's block IP, so it will be called block IP underscore dot shell, and then the parameter name, which is 192.168.5.10. This will be extracted from the logs itself, and this will be substituted here. Okay, so this is our script, guys. We can actually utilize it. I named it .shell.text. It can be this or .shell, no problem. So if we come here, we can create actually a rule that trigger the offense. So if we just stop the live event, we can focus on any event that has the source IP as 5.10, like this one. Okay, so any firewall permit with the source IP like 5.10, we can just, and maybe the destination is the quadrant 9. Okay, so we can create a new rule. Okay, like communication detected, instead of malicious IP, I will be saying with 9.9.9.9, which is not permitted in let's say in the our environment. Okay, and then I will look for any type of network property test, actually IP port test. Then the destination IP is one of the following. We can add here the 9.9.9.9, add, submit. Okay, so we can make the condition more accurate, or more performance. From performance point of view, we can make it more efficient by adding the log source type, by adding different things as we learned before. But just for testing, we will make this, and then ensure detected event is indexed by source IP, dispatch new event. We can put again the same name, communication detected with this 9.9.9.9, again put in the description. And then we ensure that the dispatched event is part of an offense, and this we use this one. And then here we execute the script. Okay, so actually we did not define the script yet. I forgot this, so we need to go to the admin tab, and from here you need to define the action. Okay, so this is simple. You just give it a name, block IP, bash script, and then we can upload our script. So this is the one we just created. Okay, I can even modify it, so to make sure I don't have any problems. So I close this one. I just modify it to make it .shell instead of .shell.text. Okay, and then load it. Okay, so the file will upload on save. Okay, the parameter name will be source IP, and I will select not a fixed value. Actually, I will select source IP from here, and then add. It's added here, and then save. So the script files must be deployed via the admin tab. So we need actually to deploy. So if you check here, we have two changes. This one we can ignore. This is related to the QApp host. I have to close it because I don't have enough resources. So this is the one custom action. So deploy changes. So I will return back when the changes is done. So we can see the change is successful on the QRadar itself. This one is in a hang state because the Q app host is switched off actually, so we can ignore this. You can see I have error for this one. It's timeout. It's actually turned off. So now if we return, unfortunately I have to close this because the wizard is triggered before I push this. So no problem, just take copy of this one to save time to create it, to write it. So new event rule, and then I'll just paste the name, and again here guys we'll select the IP port test, where we can select when the destination IP is one of the following, and here we put the 9.9.9.9, add, submit, okay, next, and then ensure detected dispatch with the name, and then execute, ensure that dispatched again. This information should contain, execute the block IP, and we can actually respond no more than one in 1 hour to avoid adding the same object again to the FortiGate. It will not accept this. Before enabling this, actually let's make sure the group is empty. Okay, and we have here the object name, so whenever an event coming with this source IP it should be added. So next and finish. Okay, great. So the rule is added. We can now watch for events coming. Hopefully things will go as we are expecting. So we are looking for any event with this destination. Whenever it comes here, it should trigger an offense for us. Currently we only have this offense, so let's wait for this 9.9.9.9 to come. So you can see a lot of events. I think maybe one is coming and I missed it. So let's check if we have anything in the offenses. Okay, so we have the communication detected, so it's triggered. Let's check. Hopefully it's added now. Yes, we can see it added. So the internet access should be blocked now for the Windows PC. So we can check now if we have anything accessible from here. So if we try to go to IBM, oh, it's accessible. So let's review our firewall policy. So this should be source. Let us review what was the rule. Oh, sorry, my God, sorry friends. I put it as a destination. It should be a source, not a destination. This is my fault, so I just move it here. Actually, we need to bring the block IP group here, and this one we need to actually remove. So how can we remove? We can edit the whole thing here and then delete it. Yes, like this, but all. Okay, so now it should be okay. So if we go here and try to refresh it's not going through. Okay, so we can try IBM again. It's not going through. So as you see guys, how you can actually help the SOC guys if they are running with limited number of headcount. You can help them by actually automating some offenses that you are pretty sure these offenses are not generating false positives, otherwise you will be in trouble blocking legitimate users. So for this kind of offenses that they are really tuned, or these rules actually that are really tuned, and when they trigger, it should wake up all the analysts from their deep sleep, and they have to access and actually make the manual addition of the IP into the source group. Actually, this can be automated to them through the QRadar, thanks to the custom actions that you can define. So again, I wrap up things here. So this is actually the custom action that we defined, and inside the custom action we selected the network event property source IP, or you can make it the user, if you are for example trying to disable some user with Active Directory or whatever, and you have to write the right call to the device that you are making the custom integration with. So actually the URL we were able to get from the FortiGate through the inspect tools, as we saw together. And also you can utilize some tools like Postman or any other application that can help you test the API call. The last thing I would like to tell you in this lesson, that actually you have the option to test here. If you check this, actually here you can test the execution with a specific value. So in our case here we will not be able to test, but you can actually, if we created a new one, and again I will load the same script. Okay, so if just for testing, add IP to group, okay, and then here is our script and the parameter name, again source IP, but this time I will just add things manually. Okay, so if I put any IP like 190 or 1.2.3.4, and let's see if this will be added to the addresses, the group, the address group. Okay, so it will not be added because this one is not an address object here, but let's test this. Okay, define custom action, save. Okay, before even we deploy it, we can test it. So you just highlight it and then test execution. Okay, and then execute. Has not yet. Okay, we need to deploy first. Okay, so no problem. So make sure it's defined correctly before we deploy. I hope IBM QRadar enhanced this need for deploying each time we need to do something. It's annoying actually. Don't know how, but they should consider, because this is will enhance the user experience. Anyway, let's deploy. See, this one is the one we are just added for the custom action. So the deployment is successful. Okay, so going now, we can test this action. So where is it? Define, yeah, here, from here. So this is the one we just created, test execution. So still we did not define an IP to be tested. So first we need to edit and add any fixed IP like 1.2.3.4. This IP actually does not exist here in the address object. So let's see the result. I expect that it will not be added. So let's put the name like source IP, add and save. Now we can test the execution. Here is the property, execute. So let's see the results. So it's giving error because this entry not found in the data source. Okay, as I was expecting. So we need to put something that is there actually. So if we go here, let's select any object that exists, or we can create one. Okay, we can create any address object like test IP and put 1.2.3.4/32. Okay, so we can take this name, okay, and then here we actually edit it again and we put the value as test IP, add source IP, add, and this one, okay, so now we are okay. And then here test execution, execute. So let's see the result now. It is successful. So as you can see now it's 5.10. if when I refresh, it should bring the test IP here as well. So actually it's added. So this is how you can test before even use it inside your script. So this ends our lesson for the custom integration. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.